Welcome to Earl's Eats. My name is Earl, and tonight I'm going to teach you how to make the perfect vegan cheesesteak. It's going to be thick. 2 C's thick. Marinade, and that's the first step. Okay, what we have here is we have a handful of shiitake mushrooms, a half onion that we're not going to use nearly the whole thing of, and about 3 ounces of unflavored seitan. And additionally, we have some thyme, some French thyme, liquid smoke, reduced sodium soy sauce, and a combination of garlic and black pepper grinder. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to cut the seitan rather thin. See, just working it real easy. Back and forth, make sure you dice it up, nice and easy. You can even get it thinner than this if you really, really wanted to. You want to get it fairly thin, fairly diced up, chopped up. It's not going to be... it's not going to get as razor thin as you would think with a traditional cheesesteak. It's kind of hard to do that. Push that off to the side. Now, traditionally in a cheesesteak, you don't actually put mushrooms in it. The reason we're using mushrooms is to give it a meatier texture and meatier consistency when you bite into it. So we're going to go ahead and chop those up as well. You can go for whatever consistency you find best. I like them kind of diced up like this. I think it blends in with the diced seitan a little bit better. Next, we're gonna go to the onion. I'm okay with onions, but I'm not a huge fan. I've seen some people use as much as 1 whole onion for 2 cheesesteaks, and I think that's way too much. Since this is a half, we're gonna go for about maybe 1/4 of this, which gives us like about 1/8 of an onion. And I don't slice mine. I kind of dice them up a little bit like this. I just think it works better, and I think it works the flavor in there better, and it doesn't give you an overpowering, super oniony bite, which is a good thing. And we got a man down, lost an onion. But that doesn't matter. As long as we murdered the onion, that's fine. I mean, honestly, I've been telling people, like, the reason I actually went to a completely vegan diet is because I actually hate plants. I mean, they're just so nasty. They're everywhere. Have you ever gone to a forest? Do you know how many trees there are there? There's way too many of them. Not like animals. Animals are nice. They're chill. They're better people than most people. What's in there? Never had a problem with a cow. Had a problem with people before, though. Especially annoying people. Anyway, you're gonna take your measuring spoons here and do about 2 tablespoons of reduced sodium soy sauce. That off to the side. About a tablespoon of thyme, however you want to pronounce it. We're not too fancy here. Take that, push it up a little bit, spread it around, spread it around, spread it around. Dump that in there. Splash liquid smoke. Garlic and pepper. Give it a fair pinch of that. Mix it up together. All of that up together. Okay. Now we're going to put a lid on this. It should have a nice smoky smell to it. And we're going to put that in the fridge for about 3 to 4 hours. Now the next thing we're going to need to make is we need to make a Whiz Sauce, because we can't have a fucking cheesesteak without Whiz now, can we? The best way to make a Whiz is using, that I found, is using a white bean base. I'm using cannelli beans, and someone can correct me on pronunciation of anything, because I'm not Italian or French. There's also some diced jalapenos in there. I'm going to leave that one up to you. I like jalapenos because they're not too spicy, and a little bit of them gives a nice flavor. We're also going to use some liquid smoke. I think that's one of the difference makers in making a good Whiz Sauce. Some Nutritional yeast that should be in every plant-based cabinet. Some turmeric, which is going to be used for the coloring, and soy milk. Now I'm specifically not going over amounts here because really I think with the cheese sauce and the whiz sauces, it's something that you want to do to your own taste. So like with the soy milk, I do it to the consistency that I like. Liquid smoke is the only thing that I hold back on. I just kind of do a couple dashes of that, and then I keep adding nutritional yeast and turmeric as I go to get the color and the consistency and the cheesy flavor I want. This nutritional yeast is really important. That's actually what gives you the cheesiness. Without it, without it, you can get kind of close to an Alfredo sauce for pasta dishes, which I'll go over that in another video later. So we're gonna add some of this so we can begin blending. Add a couple dashes of liquid smoke, just a little bit. Nutritional yeast, stuff's fucking... It's honestly like really easy to recreate a lot of flavors if you just put a little bit of effort and research into it. And really the turmeric is just here for coloring. There's not much we're getting out of the flavor. At least I don't feel like we get a lot out of the flavor. It's really just to give it that nice kind of yellow hue that a good whiz sauce has. And then you start blending. So we're gonna move on to the part of actually cooking the steak. Just drizzle preheated pan, a bit of olive oil, salt the pan. You take your stuff that's been chilling in the fridge, just drop it on in there, add it all in there, all of it in there. Get that juice in there. We're going to now place our roll onto the pan while we let the toppings here finish cooking, and we're going to give this a few minutes to toast it. Oh, she is thick. Now for the final touch, some cheese sauce. And there you have yourself the perfect vegan cheesesteak. Mmm. My God. I love America.